Snowfall, Arctic air, multiple winter systems moving through the United States over the next 7 to 10 days. Some areas that rarely see snow could be dealing with accumulation. I've examined the latest models from the National Weather Service, the GFS, the European model. The pattern is clear. We have a significant weather shift underway. Let me break down exactly what you need to know, where the heaviest snow will fall, how far south this could reach, and when the coldest air arrives. Right now, conditions across the country are relatively quiet. That changes starting tomorrow. And for those enjoying mild temperatures this weekend, particularly across the central United States, that window is closing fast. Central Arkansas has been experiencing excellent conditions these past few days. Temperatures dropped to 27 degrees this morning. Clear nights, sunny days, light jacket weather. Many of you have been enjoying this pattern. That continues through tomorrow, then things shift. The upper Midwest is about to see the first system. An Alberta clipper moves through late tonight into Tuesday morning. Quick shot of snow across Michigan and Wisconsin. Nothing unusual for January. 2 to 4 inches possible. Standard winter weather for that region. But this isn't a one-and-done setup. That is the important part. Cold air remains in place after this first system passes. That allows additional waves to develop. We're re-looking at multiple rounds of snowfall over the next week. The jet stream tells the story. Currently, we have a dip in the jet stream centered over the Midwest and Northeast, that S transporting colder air across the Great Lakes. Temperatures running below normal. Meanwhile, high pressure is building along the West Coast. That combination sets up a specific pattern. The dip in the jet stream is going to amplify significantly by midweek. That means more snow potential, more Arctic air penetration. By Tuesday and Wednesday, the jet stream dips sharply from the Great Plains all the way through the Gulf Coast. Arctic air spills out of Canada. We are talking about temperatures dropping into Texas, the central Gulf Coast, even down into Florida. That's Wednesday into Thursday. The big story develops Wednesday through Friday. A large trough, a dip in the jet stream, centers itself over the mid-Mississippi Valley. Low pressure tries to organize. If it develops quickly enough, we could see an elongated area of light to moderate snow stretching from the Mississippi River Valley through the northeast. That could bring snow as far south as northern Georgia, possibly northern Mississippi and Alabama. Now, I am not promising heavy accumulation that far south. The most likely scenario is this storm remains broad and disorganized on Thursday. That would mean light snow, maybe some flurries reaches Alabama or Georgia, but nothing widespread, nothing significant. By Thursday and Friday, the system moves up the East Coast. Snow falls from Tennessee through the Northeast. The jet stream continues to dip sharply across the Rockies into the southern plains, heading into next weekend. That allows another intense shot of cold air to move across the Great Plains, Midwest, and back toward the Gulf Coast. If you don't feel significant cold by Thursday and Friday, you will definitely feel it Sunday and Monday of next week. That is the stronger Arctic blast. Looking beyond next week, things become more uncertain, but the pattern should remain active. We'll probably see more significant winter storms impacting the United States during the last couple weeks of January. Let us talk about the Arctic air. 2 separate blasts over the next 7 days. Currently, we have above average temperatures across most of the northern tier of the country, below average from Texas through the East Coast. That changes Tuesday. Tuesday into early Wednesday represents the warmest period of our next 7 days. After that, Arctic air builds behind a low-pressure system forming across the Midwest on Wednesday. That system intensifies late Wednesday and Thursday, becoming quite strong as it moves into the southeast. That triggers very cold air. And when moisture comes out of the Gulf at the same time, that creates the potential for rare snow in parts of the Tennessee Valley. By Friday and Saturday, we were not done. A second Arctic shot arrives. This one's more intense, especially for the Great Plains, Midwest, and Ohio Valley. Saturday into Sunday brings the coldest air. That could trigger additional snow chances for the Ohio Valley and East Coast. Then, heading into next week, expect continued cold. More Arctic air builds over Canada. At some point, that has to be released into the United States. We could see an even more significant Arctic blast during the last week of January. How cold will it feel? Thursday morning, wind chills drop to 20 to 30 degrees along the Gulf Coast. The Ohio Valley will experience single-digit wind chills. By the weekend, that second Arctic shot arrives. Sunday morning, most areas in the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and Northeast will see sub-zero wind chills. Even down toward Florida, temperatures approach freezing. We're not just talking wind chill, actual temperatures. Many areas, including Orlando, Florida, will be near freezing. Central Florida, this will probably be the coldest weather you see this winter. Get ready for intense cold over the next 7 to 10 days. Now, the snowfall forecast. Let me walk through this day by day, region by region. Today is the quietest day of the week. Only area with any activity is upstate New York and northern New England, some light snow falling. The Alberta Clipper I mentioned arrives late tonight into early Tuesday across the upper Midwest. Quick snow burst across Michigan and Wisconsin, 2 to 4 inches possible. Nothing surprising for mid-January. By late Tuesday, early Wednesday, that system intensifies. This becomes the storm that could bring snow much farther south than normal. Strong cold front drops all the way into the Tennessee Valley. Wednesday morning, rain passes through Kentucky, Arkansas, Ohio. You might wonder how this brings snow to the south. By late Wednesday, early Thursday, if enough moisture comes out of the Gulf, a storm could organize over the mid-Atlantic near Maryland, possibly into New England. That should produce light to moderate snowfall across the Ohio Valley and Northeast. We could see snow in the Appalachian Mountains as far south as near Atlanta, Georgia. On top of that, a significant lake effect snow event could develop in northwestern Indiana on Wednesday. Northerly winds create a long fetch across Lake Michigan. That means moisture builds up, producing intense lake effect snow bands west of Fort Wayne near Michigan City. Thursday, snow continues across the Northeast. There's a possibility, if moisture is sufficient, we could see localized snow flurries, maybe light snow from eastern Arkansas into northern Georgia. But accumulating snowfall with this setup, not very likely. Late Thursday, early Friday, snow continues in the Northeast. More snow emerges from Canada on Friday. That brings light snowfall across the Midwest and Ohio Valley Friday and Saturday. Late Friday, early Saturday, the GFS model shows light snow showers as far south as Tennessee, perhaps northern Mississippi and Alabama. I want to point out, small-scale snow events like this are hard to predict 4 or 5 days out, but it is something we're monitoring closely. Charlotte, I know you want snow. Maryland, many of you have been waiting. You've gone stretches without a major snowstorm. This pattern has potential, but I'm not making promises until we see how these systems develop. The setup is there. Whether it delivers is another question. Early Saturday, snow expands across the Ohio Valley and East Coast. We should see decent snowfall Saturday and Sunday for the Ohio Valley and Northeast. Syracuse, you mentioned 70 inches already this season, but you can see grass in your yard. This pattern could add to your totals. Beyond that, uncertainty increases. The GFS model shows more significant winter storms during the last week of January, but that's a long-term trend. Can to confirm that yet. The European model shows very similar setup for the next few days. Thursday into Friday, snow mainly in the Northeast. It shows lingering snow showers Friday and Saturday as far south as Tennessee, but nothing significant. One interesting point the European model shows, as we head into Sunday with that second Arctic blast, enough moisture from the Gulf to trigger snow in the southeast, but that's 6 days out. Huge question mark. Very difficult to predict snow events 6 days out, especially in the southeast. We'll keep you updated if that trend continues. Obviously, snow as far south as Mobile, Alabama would be significant news. Probability of at least 1 inch of snowfall between now and January 20th. Very high odds if you are in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Northeast. More questionable for the Mid-Atlantic. We discussed a possible snow event there in our last forecast. Odds are still uncertain. Really depends on what happens Thursday. Right now, it looks like a broad area of low pressure, which lowers snow chances for many areas. Snow is still possible, just not significant accumulation. Back in the southeast, areas like Georgia and Alabama currently looking at 10 to 20% chance over the next 7 days. So yes, there is a chance if you're in Georgia or Alabama, but this is a very low-end possibility, at least at S on the table. Expected snowfall totals over the next 7 days. Generally speaking, most of the northern tier will see at least some snow from these events. Multiple winter systems impact the Midwest and Northeast over the next week. 3 to 4 separate systems. Some areas will see substantial snowfall, especially the Appalachian Mountains, western Michigan, northern Indiana. Those two areas could see significant lake effect snow by mid to late week. Across the board, widespread 2 to 7 inches of snow from Tennessee through the Northeast. Much more uncertainty exists for areas farther south. Could be snowfall around Thursday or Friday, could also be snowfall Saturday or Sunday. Uncertainty remains high. These numbers come from the National Weather Service blend of models, which averages multiple model outputs. Numbers can vary higher or lower in certain areas. Wisconsin and Michigan, you are having a robust winter. That continues. More snow on the way. Stay tuned to this channel for updates as we get closer to these events. Now, practical considerations. What do you need to do? If you are in the Midwest, Great Lakes, Northeast, prepare for multiple rounds of snow over the next week. Don't shovel just once. You will need to clear snow multiple times or wait until systems pass completely. That extended period approach saves energy. If you're in areas that rarely see snow, Tennessee Valley, northern Georgia, northern Alabama, keep an eye on forecasts Wednesday and Thursday. Have supplies ready just in case. Bread and milk might disappear from shelves if snow appears likely. Many of you know that pattern. Stock up early if you're concerned. For those in Florida who don't regularly own heavy winter coats, multiple thin layers work better than trying to find a parka. Base layer, middle layer, outer layer, trap air between layers. That's your insulation. Check on elderly neighbors and family members. This cold will be significant, especially for the Gulf Coast, which doesn't regularly experience these temperatures. People who aren't accustomed to this cold need extra attention. Make sure they have adequate heating, warm clothing, food supplies. If you drive a truck or work outdoors, prepare for icy conditions. Ohio, you mentioned driving in snow. Other drivers act like it's their first time seeing winter weather. Give yourself extra space. Allow extra time. Don't assume others know how to drive in these conditions. For those with back pain, particularly in Illinois where you mentioned work concerns, minimize heavy lifting when possible. Shovel using your legs, not your back. Push snow rather than lifting when you can. Take breaks. Don't try to clear everything at once. Protect pipes in areas not used to freezing temperatures. Gulf Coast homes often have exposed pipes. Let faucets drip when temperatures drop below freezing. Open cabinet doors under sinks to allow warm air circulation. This isn't the apocalypse, it's winter. Many of you remember the blizzard of '78. Back then, 3 feet of snow, temperatures 20 below zero. You've seen worse, but this deserves attention and preparation, especially for areas unused to winter weather. The pattern shifts significantly this week. Multiple winter systems, 2 Arctic blasts, snow potential reaching farther south than normal. Not every area will see snow, but many areas that typically stay dry could see at least some frozen precipitation. We'll have more detailed forecasts as these systems get closer. Model agreement improves inside 3 days. Right now, we are 7 days out for some of these events. Uncertainty is normal at this range, but the overall pattern is clear. Cold air, multiple snow systems, active winter weather pattern. Subscribe to the channel if you want updates as this develops. Next video will be Tuesday or Wednesday with more specific details on timing and totals. Click the bell icon for notifications. Stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next